we all know, and I know for a fact, because I keep learning more stuff and more stuff. He asked trainers, how would you train a fighter to beat Duarte? He was scared to fight Duarte. He was worried. He asked one of Duarte's former opponents, "Hey, bro, how's Duarte? How strong is he? So just by that, any of my fighters, if I find out that any of my fighters are asking different trainers that have nothing to do with your training camp, asking different trainers, hey, how do you beat somebody like Duarte? My fighter's a fucking pussy, and he's afraid. Right? Come on, bro. You're asking trainers and you're asking former opponents how hard Duarte hits. That means you're afraid. There's no fucking other answer to that. But you're afraid and you're worried about getting your ass kicked. Hitchens should just stay quiet and don't even mention Duarte because he was afraid of him.
My goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Garcia, bruh, this is coming off of explaining why Angel FIERRO missing weight by 3.4 pounds is the reason why Oscar Duarte had a bad performance against him, and how it benefited him to have that performance against Robert Garcia, his own fighter, Oscar Duarte. Robert Garcia doubling down on Richardson Hitchens, doesn't like the comments that Hitchens made after the Oscar Duarte versus Angel FIERRO fight that went down last Saturday on the David Benavidez versus Zudo Ramirez undercard. Richardson Hitchens let loose. And just after watching that performance, felt like, bruh, there ain't no way Oscar Duarte was going to be able to beat me. The confidence absolutely rose. And I'm not going to lie, me too. A lot of the boxing world pretty much seen that performance that Angel FIERRO was able to put up against Oscar. And we said, dude, Hitchens would have more than likely outboxed Oscar Duarte. Now, at the end of the day, you never know. But Robert Garcia did not take a liking to that and makes a couple statements. He says that Richardson Hitchens was scared. He says that his team on the day, 3 to 4 hours, on the day, that Saturday, leading up to Oscar Duarte's fight, February 21st, on the undercard of Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia, when Hitchens decided to pull out and they gave Robert Garcia the call, they told him, now let me rewind you guys real quick. You remember he made the Friday weigh-ins and he made the Saturday second day weigh-ins at the IBF installs. Robert Garcia says that they called him and told him that Richardson Hitchens was throwing up all night, was sick. Now, we all know that's more than likely due to the weight cut issues. This dude been making 140 pounds since he was 16 years old. But the fight gets canceled. And Robert Garcia claims, how? What do you guys mean he was sick, throwing up all night? If that was the case, on the second day weigh-in on Saturday, he would have either been the same weight, 140 pounds, or been less than that because he's throwing up all night. You know, he's saying that, because he's throwing up, if he's throwing up all night 6 or 7 times, how is the dude going to be gaining weight? He's obviously not eating. He's sick. So Robert Garcia says that, man. And he says that Richardson Hitchens is afraid. Afraid because he went and took it upon himself to ask former opponents that Oscar Duarte has faced before, former trainers that have went against Oscar Duarte. He went to them and asked for tips. He went to them and asked for info on Oscar Duarte. Like, does he hit hard? How hard does it hit? What is some of the skills? How do you see me beating him? What was something that you guys didn't do right or did do right that I could do in the ring to be able to install my game? And Robert Garcia says that the goddamn man was afraid. Now, I'm going to give you guys my take, ladies and gentlemen. Honestly, What did Mike Tyson say back in the days? He's always afraid. You're lying if you say that you ain't afraid. Richardson Hitchens, although we gave him his backlash, we gave him, the crap for not being able to make the 140-pound fight and having that fight canceled in a couple hours before. It did look bad on Richardson Hitchens' behalf. But I don't believe Oscar Duarte and Robert Garcia, they truly believe that Richardson Hitchens pulled out of that fight because he was scared. I don't know if Richardson Hitchens was scared. I don't know if I believe that. But I do believe that Richardson Hitchens has bad times cutting weight. And I do believe when you cut when you get depleted like that, sometimes it's just not smart to go through with a fight. Robert Garcia has been part of this before with Angel FIERRO. Don't forget, what was it, July 18th, the day before the goddamn July 19th fight between Angel FIERRO and Isaac Pitbull Cruz, the second fight, the rematch. Robert Garcia was the head trainer of Angel FIERRO, was the man who canceled the fight, sending Angel FIERRO to the hospital because he couldn't cut that last 3 pounds. He was having health concerns and health issues with Angel FIERRO. So, a lot of people could say, oh, maybe Angel FIERRO was scared. Maybe he was scared of Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Maybe, he got cold feet or something. But that's not the case. But it is the case with Richardson Hitchens in Robert Garcia's eyes. Richardson Hitchens pulled out of that fight due to his sickness. And Robert Garcia says, nah, because you would have been either weighing 140 pounds or you would have been less. Honestly, I think Robert Garcia might be tripping a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. It seems like he's angry, and he's going on this just, YSM is giving him the opportunity to speak his mind and is agreeing with everything that he's saying. Robert Garcia, it's like he's venting his emotions out to the world, ladies and gentlemen. But let me know what you guys think. This is the MMA Boxing Addict channel reporting to you.